It was in June that I found out about my pregnancy. It was the peak of monsoon season in Kerala. Since then, I have come a long way, or 19 weeks to be precise. The seasons have changed. My cravings have changed. And my body is undergoing rapid changes. 19 weeks. This also means that I'm halfway through my pregnancy journey. This is also the time when I would get to know if it's a boy or a girl. I had been waiting for this moment. But wait, it's illegal in India to determine the sex of the fetus. I know that this is no surprise to any Indian people, but for most Westerners, this would be shocking news like it was for my family. Like, oh my God, how won't I be allowed to know if my baby is a boy or a girl? That is just like completely impossible to understand. Whereas probably for many Indian people, it would come as a huge surprise that in the West, we are allowed to have the doctor determine the sex of our babies. I completely understand why this is illegal in India, where female feticide is a huge issue and most families really wish to have at least one boy in their family. But for me, this is extremely sad and depressing because even though I don't really care about if my baby is a boy or a girl in the end, I've just always wanted to know which one it is. And I'm just like absolutely impatient about waiting to know. But considering all of this, I thought that it would be so much fun to try all these old folklore predictions about if the baby is a boy or a girl. So I asked my mom and Vinod's mom, both in Finland and India, about what are the different kinds of like old people's predictions for the sex. And then I also did some Googling so that we can all see together which gets more points. And also, if you have some predictions and feeling about which one is it going to be here, please do share it in the comments so we'll all have like a real hoot. And then in next March, we can see who was right. Let's get to it. Both mine and Vinod's mom told me that if there is extreme nausea or puking, then it is likely to be a girl, and they have both experienced this when expecting for girls. And if there is very less nausea, then it will more likely be a boy. And in my case, this is definitely 1 point for being expecting a baby girl, because during my first trimester, oh my God, my nausea was absolutely terrible. Now it has been getting better, but seriously, just a few weeks ago, it was still. But if it's a girl, I'm happy for it. Now to the next point. There are lots of beliefs when it comes to the size and shape of the tummy. So let me show you my tummy. Please don't comment on that because I'm very conscious about this. From the front, you can see it's pretty wide, and then I feel it's much more low than here on up. According to Vinod's mom, if you are carrying the baby low, then it's a girl, and if it's up, it's a boy. And again, my tummy was low, so that would mean that we're having a girl. And my mom said that the shape of the tummy is that if you're carrying it wide, more like a very round shape, then it will be a girl, and if it's more forward, then it will be a boy. And again, a point for a baby girl because it's definitely round and I have lost all my waist. Also, one's cravings say a lot about the sex of the baby. So according to my mother-in-law, if I'm craving sour things, it will be a girl. And I'm not sure if I've been craving for sour things, but I'm definitely into like a lot of citrus fruits, especially like lemons and Mozambique. So I guess this is a point for a girl. But then again, my mom, based on my cravings, firmly believes that we will be having a boy, because instead of like craving sweet things, which would mean that it's a girl, I am craving more salty things. So yeah, a point for my mom's belief about a boy. Yeah, let's see which one it is when it comes to cravings. And now we get to my favorite Finnish test about whether it's a girl or a boy. And for this, we need to get my wedding ring. Here we have my jewelry box. And wait. It would obviously be better if it was just like a plain ring, but I have the diamonds there. And then you're supposed to get either a very thin plain gold chain or your hair. Ah, yes. And then you just put that through the ring and hang it there. This is difficult. This is something that we played when we were kids with my sister. No idea if it's like working when you're like 20 years away from pregnancy, but so now we put the ring on top of the belly. Sorry for the very like not photogenic pose here. So now it's here on top of the belly, and then we just like give it a little movement and see how it moves. Okay, so it's going like pretty straight. It's like back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so if it's going in a line, as in like back and forth, like it did for me, that means that it's going to be a boy. And if it would have circled around, then it would be a girl. Okay, point for a boy. I'm pretty disappointed by that. Then some more predictions about the pregnant lady's looks that are supposed to predict the sex. And in Finland there is this saying that if you are expecting a girl will take away the mother's beauty. And I have to say that I've been feeling a lot like this during my pregnancy, because I certainly do not feel glowing. I'm wearing a little bit of makeup right now, so that's, if you think that I'm looking well, that's the only reason, seriously. About the like face, it's supposed to be that if your face gets rounder, as it clearly does for me, you have seen my cheeks growing, then it means that it's a girl. And also, if you get more pimples during pregnancy, that again means that it's a girl. You probably see this beauty here, and I also have lots of these smaller red hormonal zits around my face. So again, these are 2 points for a baby girl. One thing that my sister told me is that if I get cold feet, it's supposed to be a boy, but I most certainly have not had even one moment of cold feet. Rather, I'm feeling so hot all the time and my feet are completely swollen. So I guess again, a point for a girl. And then if you get a linea negra, that only comes from the from down below to the tummy, to the belly button, that is supposed to be a girl. And if it goes beyond the belly button, then it's supposed to be a boy. For me, this is still pretty difficult to tell, because I'm not even sure if I'm getting a linea negra. There's just like very faint white line there, but yeah, who knows? So this is undetermined. I have always loved calculating things, so another Finnish belief is that by combining the mother's age, birth month, and the month of the conception, you get to know whether it's a boy or a girl. So for me, that would be combining, it's supposed to be age at the time of conception or now. So for me, it would be my age, 32, plus my birth month, which is July 7, and then May, which is 5 for the month of conception. So 32 plus 7 plus 5 equals 44, which then becomes 8, and that is an even number. Even number means that it's going to be a girl, and obviously if it would be an odd number, it would be a boy. And now let's check some of the predictions that I googled One thing is like a very funny Chinese calendar calculation. So just give me a moment. So let's check our Chinese gender predictor, which is based on my due date and my birth date. And our due date is, I don't actually want to tell this specifically because I don't want to get many questions around that time, but it is early next year in March. And then my birth date. And let's see what the Chinese tell us. See the prediction. It's a boy. This is I think this must be a different predictor that I've used previously, because the previous Chinese calculator told me that it's a girl. So I don't know if I can trust Chinese, right? Let's see about it. And then there are some other predictors that I had researched before. So if I have altogether missed the blooming period, like I said earlier, that means that I would be carrying a girl, and this is definitely the case with me. If I am more moody than usual, then I would be expecting a girl, and I must say that maybe we should ask Vinod. What do you think? Have I been more moody than usual?
Yes.
Oh, really? I thought that I have been less moody. Maybe I should trust Vinod with this. So I have been more moody than usual, so maybe we are having a girl. If my hair has become thinner and dull during pregnancy, that would again mean a girl, and that is definitely the case. Oh my god, I feel like I'm losing half my hair all the time. That's just crazy. And if I lie on my right side while sleeping, that would also mean a girl. And yes, again, I do sleep on my right side. That is seriously giving me some shoulder pains sometimes, but my pregnancy pillow is the best. That is pretty much all that I have found. And as you can pretty much see, it would be clearly a girl in our case. But then my mother-in-law also shared some fun tips, because apparently in India there are also lots of ways how you could make sure that it's going to be a boy. One thing how you can make sure that it would be a boy is that apparently in some coconuts there is this seed inside them, which I, by the way, have never seen. But if you are able to find that seed, then you are supposed to eat that in the morning to help the baby become a boy suddenly. Also, you are supposed to have jaifal in morning. Neither one of us really knows what is jaifal. Obviously, we're not using these remedies, so. Then there are, of course, some desi medicines that are supposed to help the baby turn out to be a boy. And so, if the conception also happens after new moon, which is Amavas, then it is also supposed to help you conceive a boy. We're not using these, obviously, because we don't really care in the end. But this might be some interesting info to some people, because we seriously do not have these kinds of beliefs in Finland. I'm not sure if they have these in any other Western countries either, but this was like seriously interesting to hear from my mother-in-law. And like I said, my mom firmly believes that we are going to have a boy. I myself have a little bit of more of a feeling that it would be a girl, and then pretty much everyone else is also hoping for a girl. We haven't asked my mother-in-law if she has a feeling about this, but I'm pretty sure that once we get to meet her again, she will be able to make her own prediction. And please, again, put your predictions in my comment box, because it will seriously be so much fun for me to see what you think, and then also see in the end of the pregnancy who was right. So I hope you enjoyed all these like funny folklore predictions, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon again. Mwah.